la la, yeah, boy. La la la, yeah, boy. Zone Beats, boy.
Subscribe to Kiwi Box. That's the one. Yeah.
Kia ora team. So as we know, this fight here was being talked about for a potential April 20th date on the undercard of Dillian Whyte possibly versus Dominic Breazeale. Now Dillian Whyte ain't gonna be fighting Dominic Breazeale, and this fight was being talked about as the potential headliner for that card, but time got pressed. The training camp time got pushed down and down and down, and finally David Higgins and Joe himself were resigned to the fact that there's not going to be enough training time. They want a full camp, as they were kind of pressed for time when they fought Dillian Whyte. It was only a 7-week training camp. It wasn't long enough, and it is what it is. So I have an article here that I will leave in the description. It's from stuff.co.nz. It goes through what is potentially being talked about, but just a quick run over. It's looking like it's going to be July 13th if the fight happens, and it's going to be on the undercard of Dillian Whyte, who's looking to fight on July 13th as well. At this stage he's got no opponent. So there's a few bits in the article here explaining that the talks have restarted. Eddie Hearn was on IFL TV and was talking about it, so you can go and look for that video if you like. But yeah, encouraging. The talks have started up again. Now there was one other article here I saw. Look, David Hay, Parker being trivial. I had a quick read through that article, and I'll leave that one in the description as well. But David Hay's pretty much saying it wasn't our team doing any skullduggery. I've trained for fights that haven't had a contract many times in my career, right up until fight week and so on and so forth. But you know, for me, I think David Hay needs to sit his ass down. Kind of like that. Nobody gives a fuck what you say anymore, David Hay. In fact, nobody really gave a fuck about you when you came back after 3 years out of the ring. You're a manager now. Start managing instead of trying to be a fucking snake. Parker's not going to take a short camp, so your man has the advantage. But anyways, Derek Chisora has been training anyway, and he's still going to fight on April 20th. He's looking like he's going to fight a lower level opponent, and he's got to come through that for a potential Joseph Parker fight to happen. So it's kind of good news. I mean, but July 13th, that's a long way down the track. That's halfway through the year before Joe's going to even have a fight. Granted, he did fight in December, but that was a pretty much a walk in the park. So yeah, I'd like to see Joe have a quick fight, you know, within a month or so from here. But I did see another article on Stuff, or actually on, yeah, it was on Stuff. Joe is actually waiting for the birth of his third child, which is due in May, so things were a little busy for him, but rest assured he is keeping in shape while he's in New Zealand, and he can get into a 9-10 week camp and be ready for a fight against Derek Chisora if that's the case. Also, David Higgins has been talking about a potential Tyson Fury fight. It's an interesting concept, you know. It's a reasonable fight. Joe and Tyson have both said that they'd like to test each other against each other in the ring. They get on quite well, they communicate quite often. Tyson Fury's looking for an interim fight to get done before he fights before he fights Deontay Wilder, if that fight ever happens. So I don't know, it's interesting to see what happens, but David Haye being in the mix certainly seems to make things a little more difficult to get a deal done. He likes to be the man, he likes to get his way all the time, and it is what it is. But from where I'm sitting, David Haye, sit your ass down. You're a pain in the ass. You're not helping getting this fight made, so let Eddie Hearn and Dave Higgins get this shit sorted, and let's get this fight made. So hopefully we're going to see it July 13th. So that news is out there. The articles will be in the description. Go check them out for yourself and make your own conclusions. So I hope you've enjoyed this little update video. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you have. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Big Boys Boxing, we out. See you.
La la, yeah, boy. La la la, yeah, boy. Zone beats, boy.